Hello, y'all. So I'm back home for Thanksgiving break, and I just realized I forgot to do college football picks this week. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I didn't do it last week, and I really forgot about it this week. For rivalry week, though, I will have the scoreboard and all the stuff. It's the biggest. It's the most important week of the college football season, rivalry week. So next week, I'll have that for y'all. But to be honest, there really aren't that many interesting games this week. But I'll still go through some of the biggest ones and give y'all my picks. I'm just gonna run through. First of all, who's IU playing this week? Well, they're playing at Michigan State. Um, IU's also lost 7 in a row. They're probably gonna lose to Michigan State. Let's just be real here. The only game that matters is Purdue. I think they have a chance of beating Purdue. Will they? Probably not, but we'll see. But I don't think they'll beat Michigan State on the road. Navy and UCF. I'll definitely take UCF. They're the favorites to make a New Year's Six Bowl from the group of five. There's not really a clear cut favorite, but I guess it would be UCF. It was Tulane, and then UCF beat Tulane. Illinois and Michigan. This was gonna be a big game. Illinois was like 8-1 or like what, like 6-1 at one point, and this is looking to be a good game. Well, they lost 2 in a row. They lost to Michigan State and Purdue. Not looking to be that great of a game anymore. Michigan's favored by 17 and a half, and they'll probably cover that en route to an easy win. This is by far the biggest game. This game I'm about to say is definitely the biggest game. TCU and Baylor. This is a big rivalry. My dad was actually telling me about this. I was like, who do you think's gonna win, Baylor or TCU? He's like, I think Baylor will win. And he's like, that's a huge rivalry. They hate TCU. And to be honest, this is TCU's probably last test of the year because I think they're home against, I forget who their last game. Probably not a good Big 12 team. They've beaten pretty much all the good Big 12 teams. But a road game against Baylor, it is a noon game. I feel like that does help TCU a little bit that it's not like a night game. But they just went out and beat Texas on the road. I've been tempted to pick against TCU this year. I'm not going to do it. I think they're going to win. I think they're definitely better than Baylor, for sure. Definitely taking Austin P and Alabama. Alabama always plays an FCS team before they play Auburn. Well, to be honest, the FCS team might be better than Auburn. Austin P 7-3, but Bama will roll. Florida State, they've actually been looking not that bad. Florida State beat the hell out of Syracuse 38-3. Syracuse started 6-0. I think they're 6-4 now. They've kind of fallen off. I'll take Florida State. Vandy and Florida. Shout out to Dandy Vandy. They beat Kentucky last week. First SEC game they've won in their last 26 attempts. Good job, Vandy. Good job for winning an SEC game. 2 in a row. Home against Florida. I definitely think Kentucky's better than Florida. And they're at home. I still don't think they'll win, though. I think I think Florida will win. What else do we have here? Liberty's a 9-point favorite against Virginia Tech. You don't see that too often. Group of five, favored by 9 against Power 5. What other games are worth a damn? Purdue Northwestern. Purdue actually leads the Big Ten West. I know the Big Ten West, whoever wins is just going to get annihilated by Ohio State or Michigan in the Big Ten title game. But they should be able to win that. Yeah, there really aren't that many good games. There just aren't. I'm sorry, y'all. There just aren't very many good games. Oregon State, Arizona State. I didn't even realize Arizona State was 3-7. They did fire their coach earlier in the year. Georgia at Kentucky. I would say Kentucky could give them a fight, but they did just lose to Vandy at home, and they're more focused on basketball season. Which, by the way, how's that going? Kentucky lost to Michigan State. Ohio State at Maryland. Maybe Maryland gives them a scare. Maryland did play well against Michigan on the road and held that game close. Maybe Tua's little brother makes some remarkable plays, but doubt it. Clemson and Miami. Miami, they're a disaster. Clemson will win big. Does Clemson have a chance to make the playoffs still? I don't know. They definitely need some people to lose ahead of them. But maybe you can make a case for Clemson, but if they're 9-1 and they're ranked ninth right now, I think it's gonna be really, really hard. That loss to Notre Dame killed them. What else do we have here? NC State at Louisville. Louisville's a 4-point favorite. I'm gonna take NC State. Texas at Kansas. Of course, Kansas beating Texas last year. Can they make it 2 in a row? Maybe. Kansas has looked good this year. They're going to a bowl game, or they ripped down the goalpost in celebration of that achievement. They've been very mediocre, though, since they won 5 in a row. They had that close loss to TCU, and then Oklahoma, Baylor, and Texas Tech all beat them. They did beat Oklahoma State, though. I'm going out on a limb. I'm taking Kansas. Texas is a 9-point favorite. I don't care. I'm taking Kansas. I think they're going to win. I just think they're going to win. Yeah. Go Kansas. Fans will show out for that game. They do not like Texas. No one likes Texas. It's Texas. Orange down. Scored 3 points on offense against TCU. Yeah. What other games are here? Iowa and Minnesota. These teams are tied at the top of the Big Ten West with Purdue and Illinois. It's a 4-way tie. And these two play each other. Loser probably eliminated from title contention. Minnesota is at home and is a 2.5-point favorite. And that's going to be my pick. I'm going to take Minnesota. Western Kentucky at Auburn. See, I was thinking of taking the upset and taking Western Kentucky. But, I saw Western Kentucky play. I saw them when they played IU at home. And they looked decent. They actually could have and probably should have beaten Indiana. But, IU's 3-7, man. They're just terrible. Auburn's definitely better than Indiana. I do think that Auburn's only a 5.5-point favorite, which for Auburn to be a 5.5-point favorite against a group of 5 team at home, I don't know what I think about that. You know what? Screw it. Go Tops. Take Western Kentucky. They're pulling off the upset. North Carolina hosting Georgia Tech. North Carolina, can they still make the playoff? They're in the exact same boat Clemson is. They're 9-1, and their only loss is also to Notre Dame. Interesting. They're in the exact same boat Clemson is. They'll for sure beat Georgia Tech, but does UNC have a case? I mean, maybe. They need some chaos, though. Tennessee at South Carolina. Now, this game, as a Tennessee fan, Grandpa played football at Tennessee. Second favorite team is SAU. As a Tennessee fan, this game has me a little bit worried. I just think because it's on the road and it's a night game, and Tennessee absolutely needs this win, and South Carolina could spoil it for them, and they have a kind of good team. Are they good? I don't really know. They really haven't beaten a good team, though. The teams they've beaten are Georgia State, Charlotte, South Carolina State, Kentucky, Texas A&M, and Vandy. Haven't really beaten a good team yet. And then they have Tennessee and then Clemson to round out the year. I think Tennessee wins. To be honest, though, I'll give y'all one thing, though. Tennessee's favored by 22. That seems very, very big for a spread for this game. That I would consider taking South Carolina to cover. Oklahoma State. I'm taking Oklahoma State, and the reason is that Oklahoma is leaving the Big 12 after this year or next year, and Oklahoma State wants one last shot at them because Oklahoma's not coming. They're not going to renew the Bedlam game, which is so stupid. Play your rivalry game, man. Oklahoma State wants one last shot at them, and I think they're going to get it. I think they win. Ooh, ooh, this is a big game. Oklahoma or USC and UCLA. USC still can make the playoff. They can. At 9-1, they're ranked 7th. They finished with one loss. They definitely can make the playoff. Especially if TCU loses. Especially if TCU loses. And I think they beat UCLA. UCLA has been very off and on this year. They're very good at their best, and they're horrifyingly bad at their worst. Lost to Arizona. That was a trap game, but still, you should not be losing games to Arizona. It's Arizona. They're 4-6, and to be honest, that's overachieving for Arizona at 4-6. I'm taking USC. I definitely think they're the better team. Oh, and Utah and Oregon. I'm gonna take. This could have title implications for the Pac-12. Didn't the Pac-12 switch to like they got rid of divisions? Yeah, UCLA's 5-2 in conference. Utah and Oregon are both 6-1. USC is 7-1. So it's probably going to be the winner of the USC UCLA game and the winner of this game, Utah and Oregon. The winner of those two games is probably going to be the Pac-12 title. I definitely think Utah's a better team than Oregon. I just think Utah's a better team. Yeah, I'm gonna take Utah on the road against Oregon. Those are my picks. I hope you enjoy them. I love y'all. I'll see you next time.